Greetings, Hive members. Hope you all are doing well. Today it is day 65 of my 90-day challenge. And yes, today was a really good day. As once again, just to let you guys know, um, the skill does not tell the whole story. I know at the same time my skill has been my skill. My weight has been fluctuating for the last week or so, and try my very best to stay true to the plan and chip away at it as much as I can. Definitely, yesterday's game did not help, as really can't bring in outside food to the game. So you try your very best to pick the least damaging food as much as you can at these games. But yes, today once again another compliment from one of my coworkers. Um, there are a couple of compliments actually. These last 2 weeks. One, obviously, I don't. Obviously, you're the worst and best critic for yourself. So obviously, for yourself, you don't feel like you've noticed any difference, right? But as the saying goes, it's hard to read the label of the bottle from the inside, right? So um, only people that will notice you is those who haven't seen you as often. But then I'm once again, this is work, so I pretty much see everybody there um, at least once, or once every 2 days, right? It's a big warehouse, so sometimes we don't run into each other, right? So but yeah, overall, it's wonderful to get compliments. And one is, one coworker pointing out that my belly's shrinking. Another coworker today mentioning that you're looking good. So I'm like, oh, okay. So what's the thing. Sometimes the skill does not tell the whole story. You may be shrinking and you may still have the weight on, right? So once again, it's just all you can do is just chip away at your health goals as much as possible, and sooner or later these add up. Even if it's just 1% a day, just imagine how much change you can do, right? Or if you're doing, you're only 10% successful this month, that is 10%. All you can, most important is that, you don't go the other way as often, right? There might be, something here, but not going one day doing here, there, everywhere, right? So once again, you just do your very best, and I know that if being outdoors, or going out as often is part of your lifestyle, it is tough. And it's once again, the world is in this certain notion of this is life, this is the norm, and that's the thing. It doesn't have to be, right? And you know life, we don't have to follow uh, keep up with the Joneses, or we don't have to keep up with the trends, right? If once again, if you have your goals, what you want to experience in life, as that North Star, it's gonna make a big difference in how you perceive and how you view everything around you, right? So a lot of the triggers, a lot of the cravings, uh, won't trigger you as much, or won't you know will give you a different kind of feeling, whether it's a feeling of just like upset that this has controlled your life for far too long and you're done with it, um, and many other feelings goes that you know feel silly that I've been doing this, I've been eating this way for far too long, and I've been missing out on so many things in life, right? So definitely, just never know. We can never predict the future, right? And all you can do is really, uh, control what you can on your end, and hopefully, all in, everything falls in place in the future, right? So I'm just happy that I get the chance and the opportunity to do my very best to control my health, my destination in life, and um, that's the thing. You're not gonna know um, all the answers and the steps, right? But once again, giving your body, my body, Emerson, the best possible chance for it to do its work. It will extend, it'll resonate, extend that vibration, and all that you are seeking and wanting to achieve. It will feel those vibrations, and it will attract those vibrations to you, and at the same time it'll draw you towards those vibrations that are at the what you are seeking, right? So it's once again, it's just wonderful, when as I always say here, a compliment can go a long way in just uh, igniting someone. So whether it's just to make me feel good, but at the same time it does work, and it has ignited me, even though when I don't see it myself, or I don't ignite myself, right? Seeing uh, seeing what's on the label through someone's point of view can definitely add that value into your life, and and just definitely open your eyes to possibilities, and what comes next, right? So yeah, once again, the scale the scale does not tell the full story of your health. You can be, once again, you can be really skinny, but deep down inside, um, you're lacking nutrition, right? um it's just funny, once again, um skinny does not always mean healthy, right? So um once again, your actions, your choices, definitely determines um how you perceive your health. And once again, eating a lot of foods and not seeing, okay, I can eat and I don't gain weight, but at the same time, uh, you can tell yourself something that you can, deep down inside, that this you know this is going to catch up to me one day, right? So once again, it's always it's always good to practice preventative and, not wait till something feels off, not wait till, you know, you had to have a medical profession tell you that there's something wrong or that you need to change your ways, right? You don't want to have that, like myself, have that wake up moment, and once again, I was able to course correct at the start, and then the pandemic hit, and I just realized I was not as mentally strong as I would like to, despite training uh, for 5 marathons. That it's a totally different ball games, a totally different challenge rather than a physical challenge, right? Of putting your body through stressful situations to get stronger for marathons. The lack of social connections and interactions, that transfer of energy and vibrations with people that you care about, people that you enjoy company with. um, it just draws it just draws so much out of you, right? So yeah, it doesn't have to come to the point now. It's just for yourselves, that especially last year for myself, you don't want to get to the point where you're able to make that change and for the better, and then something comes up that's becomes devastating, both emotional and physically, to the point where you're back at it again, and now it's, as a doctor would love to say, it's not lifestyle change anymore. So you don't want to get to the point where it's too late or it's irreversible, right? And that is definitely the message that my doctor gave me this last February. That it's um, you know congratulations that you're eating better. Congratulations that you lost 15 pounds, right? But it doesn't change the fact that you're diabetic. It doesn't change the fact that you have high blood pressure. So you need to get back on these medications, right? So the only medication that I stopped doing was the cholesterol pill, right? Because I was getting very bad side effects from it with muscle soreness, and that definitely has that definitely has stopped me from running. As even just a simple warm up, like walking to the track or walking to the park to start my run, it becomes painful, or my muscles start to cramp up, and it's like you end up just walking back home with a cramped leg, right? So that's the thing, if you can avoid it and stay on top of it as much as possible, it's always important to be preventative as much as possible. So once again, I won't stay too long. It is already 11:30. I was just doing some work here, trying to get ready for the 3-day workshop on the 23rd of this month, and then realized the time has caught up to me. So I have work in 4 hours. So I did get some sleep this afternoon, but obviously, that's not going to replace 8 hours of sleep, or even at this point 3 hours of sleep. So Once again, thank you guys for joining me tonight. This is not going to be a longer um, stream, as I definitely want to need to get some sleep here for another day here. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Feel free to, if this has been helpful, feel free to like or give it the thumbs up. Feel free to, once again, you can scan the QR code here to get updates, and head to my website, or type in coachryanj.com to just definitely stay in the loop. So once again, this is being streamed on 3 platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So feel free to subscribe and follow. Hit those bell notifications to get notified when I go live. So once again, as always, continue to raise your environment so that you can once raise yourself in that environment, and one day you'll be that impact in your own environment, your friends, your family, your colleagues, your own community. And as we started here today, you just don't know what people are going through, like myself, just having that inner struggle of why is the skill not going down, right? Um and at the same time, you can't see the outside of the bottle from within. So having having those compliments, or complimenting someone could go a long way in igniting that flame within them to just definitely keep going, and for their health, their overall well-being, and reaching their goals. So you have that ability just from a simple compliment, a simple greeting, an act of kindness can go a long way. All right, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I wish you all the very best, and we'll catch each other on the next stream. Take good care.